And let me see if that's working. Yep, there we go. Volume is up. Webcam's looking pretty fresh, as are the subjects within it. Hey, how you doing?
And we went live. Excellent.
Beautiful. And turn that away for now, just because it's a little too much light. Let me pull up YouTube. I already logged in with Twitch earlier today, so we wouldn't have that issue. Hey, there I am. And there we go. And quiet goes the Mickey. And quiet flows the Dawn.
All right.
Hey, everybody, which is right now nobody.
Nobody.
Thank you very much for being a part of it. This is Gentleman Octopus Trivia. We do it every Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern. And we've got about 5 minutes before we go live with tonight's game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we have 4 viewers now.
Hey,
Excellent.
fantastic. Let's move on and say thank you to our supporters. Let's see. We've got to say thank you to Gwen Abrams, Adam Francois Watkins, and Rachel Schumann. To Michelle Martin, Claire Fisher, and Will Gilbert. Hold on, I've got a yawn.
Nice.
Also like to say thank you to Gail Angeles, Stephen Glassman, and Mark Dawson. Jerome Vered, Adam Connor, and Carrie Bonnell. To Kent Buxton and Marnie Helfrich. To Lindsay Henry, Jordan Lax, and Dan Fitzpatrick. Also like to say thank you to Cheyenne Fletcher, who contributed last week. Thank you, Cheyenne.
Yes.
And, of course, a very special thank you to Sarah Ann Rapp, the partner of the Octopus and partner of mine, who has again contributed a question to tonight's game.
Look forward to that coming up.
Yes, indeed. Look forward to that in round number 2. Can't wait to get to it. We'll be getting to the rules here in just a moment once some more people start trickling in. Oh, there's a couple more. Oh, we doubled our audience.
Oh.
Hey. Nice. Fantastic. I'm going to pop open this Dos Equis lime and salt. Here we go.
That's satisfying.
Yeah, here you go.
A little ASMR for you.
Hopefully you hear the fizz, too. Hold it right up to the mic.
If it ain't foaming, I don't want it.
You can hear it in my mustache, just a little...
Oh, that turned off everybody, and now we have 0 viewers. Excellent, good job.
Yeah, Patreon subscribers can get the full video.
Now,
private link.
We're not gonna have a Gentleman Octopus OnlyFans. It's hard out here for a pimp. But
all right. Bringing up the rules now. Hey, everybody.
The rules.
Please submit your answers using the Google form links that we have provided for you, which, by the way, I
put it in Facebook already.
Well done. I'm going to get mine off of Google, and I'm going to drop that into YouTube. Here you go, YouTube people. And here you go, everybody on Twitch. There you are. Make sure that when you're submitting those forms, you include your team name on each one of those answer forms, and that you only submit each form one time. Now, when you're including your team name, you've got to submit these things 5 different times. So, 5 different rounds, not 5 different times.
No.
Go through, goddammit.
Just keep hitting the button.
No.
Now we have like 8 people that's called party in the back. Great.
Yeah, but make sure that when you're submitting those answer forms in the later rounds, that the way you're spelling, spacing, and styling your name matches the way you did it in the first round. Otherwise, our system will lose its goddamn mind and think that there are multiple teams. Like Tita said, we got 5 people called party in the back.
For a second, our scoring sheet lost its goddamn mind because it had
like
literally
every
every
team
team
we've
we've ever had.
Yeah.
It's like in 95th place with 2 points.
That's Tequila Mockingbird. Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is.
All right.
Ain't that
So
just the thing?
tonight there's going to be 5 rounds, just like always. Each one of our rounds contains 8 questions. The only difference is the music round, our middle round. That will be a total of 17 questions because it's 8 songs, but you got to give us the title and the artist. Each one of those answers are counted separately. So if you get the title wrong but get the artist right, you'll get a point. Don't worry. Also, at the end of the music round, there will be a space where you can take a guess at what our theme was. The theme that connected all of our music clips. Definitely take a guess at it.
Was it friendship?
Was friendship the theme all along, TJ?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Anyway.
Overused memes actually was the theme.
Oh, dude, you might have spoiled a round.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, make sure that you take a guess at the theme, because it being worth 2 points, it is the most valuable question of the evening. Feel free to play by yourself, Eric Carmen style, or if you want to team up on a group chat or whatever, go for it.
Go through the metaverse.
Go through the metaverse. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's the future of trivia teaming, right?
Yeah.
Wearing a headset, sitting around a coffee table in digital cyberspace.
That's the future in 1999, yeah. When people are like, this is what the future will be like. Yep.
Oh, Lord, I hope not. All right, so as we mentioned earlier, each correct answer will be worth 1 point unless otherwise noted. Again, the only exception is the music round, and we went over that, and we'll go over that once more once we get to the music round. Questions will be read once, and then we will put up a 3-minute... we will recap those questions again for you. Following the recap, we'll put up a 3-minute timer, and at the end of those 3 minutes, you will have to submit your answers. We add an extra 20 seconds onto that timer just to do what we can to counter lag. And then, last but not least, there will be no final question, and tiebreakers will only be used and written in the event of a first-place tie. Yes. The way we do tiebreakers is we put all the questions you've answered in a numerical order, giving each one a value from 1 to 32, excluding the music round, and random number generator 1 through 32 gives us one of those things, and we find a way to write it closest to the pin question. Get ready to be abreast of your population numbers and your box office figures, because boy, are those common tie breaks.
Yep.
We hope not to have to do that. Anyway, it is a couple minutes after 9 o'clock, which means it is time for us to get started. We ballooned up to 19 viewers.
Boom.
19 viewers. Fantastic.
You want to start or
robust. I think I will start. We might switch
Sounds
off, though,
good.
in the next round, just so I can read the Sarah question.
Makes sense.
All right. Here's some literature for y'all. Question number 1. In the region of ice and the dead are O. Henry Award-nominated short stories written by what author of The White Cat and Where Are You Going? Where Have You Been? The stories In the Region of Ice, The Dead, and The White Cat were written by what author? An O. Henry Award-nominated author, probably best known for Where Are You Going? Where Have You Been? What is the name of the author who wrote those 4 short stories? That's question number 1.
And question number 2, the flag seen on the following slide represents what largest county in the United Kingdom? It includes the cities of Sheffield, Wakefield, Leeds, and Hull. So Sheffield, Wakefield, Leeds, and Hull are represented here by this flag of what largest county in the UK? Yes. That's question number 2.
Beautiful. Moving on now to question number 3. Retiring in 2019, what basketball player is 6th on the NBA's all-time scoring list, played a record 21 seasons with a single team, and has his patented fadeaway jumper affixed to his former team's home floor? So here are your clues. Retired in 2019, 6th on the NBA's all-time scoring list, played a record 21 seasons with a single squad, and has their patented fadeaway jumper permanently
Yeah.
affixed to his former home team's floor. What NBA player are we looking for? That's question number 3.
In question number 4, the following image shows what is perhaps the world's largest example of what object? A mechanical model of the solar system with scaled approximate distances between bodies. So this is the world's largest example of what type of thing that is basically the solar system. What is that called? Mm-hmm. That's basically the whole question.
Scaled down mechanical version of it with estimable distance.
Estimable, yeah.
Estimable.
Yeah.
I mean, give or take a few thousand million light years or something.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. What is that mechanical solar system called? That's question 4.
And question number 5, notably name-checked in the weekend's Starboy. What sci-fi sequel was North America's 6th highest grossing film of 1982? Secret Six theme. Ooh. Again, question number 5. What sci-fi sequel was North America's 6th highest grossing film of 1982? We're not going to ask you to remember box office figures that far back, but we'll give you the hint that this sequel was notably name-checked in the weekend's song, Starboy. What sci-fi sequel are we looking for? That is question number 5.
Number 6, the only living member of the order Rhinocephalia?
Rhynchocephalia.
Yeah, Rhynchocephalia. What lizard-like species with a Maori name is seen on the following slide and sometimes considered a living fossil? So what is the only living member of the order Rhynchocephalia? What this lizard-like creature that has a Maori name? What is it?
I love the open mouth on the left.
I tried to get some rain.
It's somehow adorable. That is a scaly, dusky boy, but also somehow adorable. Of course, I've always liked lizards and lizard-like creatures.
Yep. I like substantial lizards, too.
Substantial lizards, yeah. I feel like that.
There's a little bit of heft to them.
Nice kimono dragon.
A kimono dragon.
Have you seen the kimono dragon?
Yes, I've seen the kimono dragon.
It's fantastic.
The kimono dragon is great, yes. What is better, though, is when you actually, get to a zoo early, like when we worked at the National Zoo, and you watch the Komodo dragons getting their baths.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
They love them.
They're big scaly puppies.
They love them.
Anyway, we're going to move on now to question number 7. We could go all in on reptile stories for you for a while, but we'll hold off. Question number 7. Swiftly abandoned following its founder's death, the capital city of Amarna was founded in 1346 BCE as the epicenter of what 18th century dynasty pharaoh's reign? What pharaoh of the 18th dynasty? I said 18th century dynasty. That's incorrect. That is all kinds of incorrect. What pharaoh of the 18th dynasty founded Amarna, the capital, in 1346 BCE? Following this pharaoh's death, that capital, Amarna, was swiftly abandoned. What is the name of that pharaoh that we're looking for? That's question number 7.
Hey, just look at him. How can it be 1346 BCE and the 18th century? And your last question of round number 1, typically containing roast pork, ham, mustard, and pickles. What habanero sandwich, named for the time of day, is usually sold and consumed, is a close relative to the Cuban sandwich, except for the fact that it's served on softer bread. Heavily inspired by the Cuban sandwich, except for its bread and typically containing roast pork, ham, mustard, and pickles. What habanero sandwich is named for the time of day is usually sold and consumed. And we're going to ask you one time, what's that sandwich?
What's that sandwich?
Yep.
That's right.
And it's time for the recap.
It is. Question number 1. Once again, in the region of Ice and the Dead are 2 O. Henry Award-nominated short stories. By what author, who also wrote the stories The White Cat and Where Are You Going? Where Have You Been? What author wrote those 4 stories? That's question number 1. Your turn.
Question number 2. The flag seen on this slide represents what largest county of the United Kingdom that contains Sheffield, Wakefield, Hull, and Leeds? So what is the largest county in the United Kingdom? It contains Sheffield, Wakefield, Hull, and Leeds. And there's its flag. Yeah. That's question 2.
Question number 3.
We got to hit you with a flag question. I mean, come on.
Always. Oh, speaking of flags, want to introduce you to the ones we got behind us
New
tonight.
Mexico.
New Mexico.
And a fan favorite. It is the Conch Republic. I love this flag. One of the first flags we got for the Octopus.
Indeed it was. All right, now it's time for question number 3. Retiring in 2019, what basketball player is 6th on the NBA's all-time scoring list, spent a league record 21 seasons with the same team, and has his patented fadeaway jumper affixed to his former team's home floor? What basketball player satisfies all of those clues? That's question number 3.
And question number 4. The following image shows what is perhaps the world's largest example of what object? A mechanical model of the solar system with scaled approximate distances between bodies. So what is this object? A mechanical representation of the solar system with approximate distances between bodies. That is question 4.
And question number 5, notably name-checked in the Weeknd song Starboy. What sci-fi sequel was North America's 6th highest-grossing film of the year 1982? Kind of feel like a little Casey Kasem there. It's 1982.
And
the 6th highest-grossing sequel. Yeah, exactly. The 6th highest-grossing film of 1982 was what sci-fi sequel that's name-checked... In North America, was what sci-fi sequel that was name-checked in the Weeknd song Starboy? That's question number 5.
Question number 6. The only living member of the order Rhinocephalia.
Rhynchocephalia.
Yeah, Rhynchocephalia. I'm gonna get it.
I know, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, Rhynchocephalia. What lizard-like species with a Maori name is seen on this slide? So, the only living member of the order Rhynchocephalia. What is this guy with a Maori name?
That is indeed the question. Hey, we would like to say thank you to Claire Fisher for being the first one to support us tonight.
Oh, excellent.
Claire, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Claire.
You can't see it because the lizard's on the screen, but we did just clink our glasses, which we'll do once again when we take the lizard off the screen, because that is question number 6. TJ, line them up one more time, and thank you, Claire. Question number 7. Swiftly abandoned following its founder's death, the capital city of Amarna was founded in 1346 BCE as the epicenter of what 18th dynasty pharaoh's reign? What pharaoh of the 18th dynasty founded the capital, Amarna, where government was then relocated, and then the pharaoh died, and they're like, hey, let's go back to the old place.
Went by and pharaoh died.
Pharaoh to remember.
Yeah.
That was question number 7.
Question number 8, typically containing roast pork, ham, mustard, and pickles. That's delicious. What habanero sandwich is named for the time of day it's usually sold and consumed? It's a close relative of the Cuban sandwich, except for the fact that it's on soft bread. Now I want a sandwich. Yep. I know. After this stream, I'm getting a sandwich. It's happening. But it's got to be the deli mustard. Regular yellow mustard's just not doing it for me. It's got to be like some good deli mustard. So typically containing roast pork, ham, mustard, and pickles, what habanero sandwich is named for the time of day it is usually sold and consumed? That's question 8. And that's round number 1. Submit your answers, and we will see you in just a little bit. And PayPal information on the screen, ksizemore@hotmail.com. We've also got Venmo at McKinney-Sizemore. And brand new, we got Cash App.
Yeah, that's $, McKinney Lee Sizemore. I believe the $sign is part of the username. It might not be, but either way, just use my full name or use $, my full name. You'll be able to find us on Cash App. Thanks very much to Claire Fisher, who's already helped us out. We're going to roll it back to the beginning here of round number 1, put on the countdown timer, and play some tunes for you. TJ, what you thinking?
Ooh, I hadn't even thought about this all day.
I know, right? Nor have I. Let's see. Stations.
How about some disco?
Ooh, disco. Okay. Let's do disco. Best of luck, everybody. We'll see you soon. Aw, TJ's on one tonight. We're still on, by the way.
We'll knock off Barry White for
Yeah,
you.
it's about how Barry White can you get without being Barry White? That was
exactly.
I was feeling like the walrus right there. All right, everybody. Hopefully you got your answers in. We think we have everybody. So we're going to move on and give you the answers from round number 1, starting with question number 1, which says, in the region of Ice and the Dead are O. Henry Award-nominated short stories by what author of The White Cat? And where are you going? Where have you been? That extremely prolific author is Joyce Carol Oates. It's a very good story. Where are you going? Where have you been? It's creepy, but you can't quite put your finger on why. It's like nobody's necessarily done anything wrong, but it's creepy. It's really good.
Question number 2. The flag seen on the following slide represents what largest county of the United Kingdom, including the cities of Sheffield, Wakefield, Leeds, and Hull? That is Yorkshire.
Yeah, we're hoping the flag would be a clue because in the War of the Roses, the Lancasters took the red rose and the white roses were by House of York. So County
They
York
planted the white roses by mistake.
I don't know if it was by mistake, but Bosworth Field showed them the error of their ways.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we would have taken Yorkshire, which is the shorthand official name, the formal name, County of York, or any variations on that. Someone said West Yorkshire, and we took that as well. Question number 3, retiring in 2019. What basketball player is 6th on the NBA's all-time scoring list? Played a record 21 seasons with a single team, and has his patented fadeaway jumper affixed to his former team's home floor. That is Dirk Nowitzki.
That's a good picture. You got Luka Doncic, the current face of the franchise, in the shadow of the former face of the franchise.
It's
Dirk.
a fantastic, like it's haunting, but in the best kind of way. I love it.
It's good.
So Duncan didn't have the record for most years with a single team?
I think he played 19 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yep.
All right then.
Question number 4. The following image shows was perhaps the world's largest example of what object? A mechanical model of the solar system with scaled approximate distances between bodies. That is called an orrery.
Yes, that is called an orrery. An orrery is specifically a mechanical device with scaled and approximate distances between galaxies. We had a guess of the Kepler model, which, while it adheres to the Kepler model of the universe, an orrery is its own thing. It's not like a Kepler version of the orrery. It's an orrery. Question number 5, notably name-checked in the weekend's Starboy. What sci-fi sequel was North America's 6th highest-grossing film?
You're thinking of Starboy in your head right now.
I absolutely am. Yeah, it's what's it?
Star Trek films.
Yeah. Star Trek films in the Wraith of Khan. Girls get loose when they hear the song. That's
Just
right.
on the dash, get me close to him.
Too close to God.
Yep.
Yeah, ain't praying for love, we're just praying for cars. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. We didn't give you the traditional Khan shot.
Yep.
The Khan shot. Oops.
Oh.
Not what I meant.
Oh, that's
Anyway.
a different stream. Question number 6. The only living member of the order Rhynchocephalia.
Rhynchocephalia. You had it the first time.
Yeah, Rhynchocephalia. What lizard-like species with a Maori name is seen on this slide?
Let me eliminate
And
us
that
real quick.
is a tuatara.
It is indeed a tuatara. If you misspelled it with the O as one team did, we gave you credit for it. If you gave us just Tara, we did not give credit for it. It is a 2-syllable name. Actually, it's a 3-syllable name, and we needed all syllables. Tuatara. 4-syllable name, actually. That's packing quite a lot in there, Mr. Tuatara. Anyway, we needed Tuatara. Moving on now to question number 7, where we ask, swiftly abandoned following its
It's not
founder's
Tia and
death.
Tamara Maori.
No,
That's
it is.
good.
It is certainly not. But
That's
I
a good
think
one.
you have a team name for next week.
Yeah.
The capital city of Amarna was founded in 1346 BCE by what pharaoh of the 18th dynasty? That is Akhenaten. Yes, founding the capital of Amarna was far from the only reform that Akhenaten introduced. Of course, the big one being converting all of Egypt to the worship of the sun disk god Aten, from whom he then took his name.
And your last question of the round, typically containing roast pork, ham, mustard, and pickles. What habanero sandwich, named for the time of day it's usually sold and consumed, is a close relative to the Cuban sandwich, except for the fact that it's on softer bread? That is a medianoche.
That is a medianoche, and that looks fantastic. Sean, were you looking at just North American films? Because that's what we're
probably looking at worldwide gross. Yeah, I looked at North
Porky's
American.
number 6, though. I mean,
That's
regardless
sad.
of the figures you're pulling from.
That's sad.
Porky's at number 6. That's bad. All right, TJ, introduce us to our team.
Yes, indeed. We've got Kanye West Nile Virus. Third podium, Thou Shalt Not Take Astroworld's Name in Vain. Share me spoken class today. And Abelard Couldn't Get None.
Yeah,
we got some good team names.
I didn't
here.
realize we had to be, warmed up vocally for tonight's game, but apparently we do. Hey, Stephen Glassman says, good looking sandwich, and is dropping a tip our way. Stephen, thank you very much.
Yes,
Cheers
sir.
to you. Clink, TJ with his empty bottle there.
Yep, empty bottles.
All right, let's move on with TJ. You take question number
problem.
1.
In question number 1, forming a combined statistical area with Gulfport and Biloxi, what coastal Mississippi city with a 10-letter name has been redacted from the following map? Yep, I think you looked up worldwide receipts. That makes sense. So what Mississippi city with a 10-letter name has been redacted from the following map? Way at the bottom.
That's exactly the one. That's the question right there.
That is.
I love redacted geography questions.
So-
Boy, are they easy to write.
So what 10-letter Mississippi city, that's a fun way to say it, Mississippi City.
Yep.
Mississippi City has been redacted from the following slide. That is question number 1.
Change its name.
All right, Faith Hill. Calm down.
Question number 2. What woman won the 2020 Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress for her role in an HBO series, becoming the youngest ever to win the award? In 2020, what woman became the youngest ever to receive the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress for her role in an HBO series? That's question number 2. Identify that woman who won the 2020 Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress for her role in an HBO series.
Question number 3. Signed in 1975, the Alvor Agreement granted independence to what Southern African country? One of 2 of Portugal's former colonial possessions in the region, along with Mozambique. Once again, signed in 1975, the Alvor Agreement granted independence to what Southern African country? One of the 2 of Portugal's former colonial possessions in the region, along with Mozambique. So what Southern African country was granted independence thanks to the Alvor Agreement? That is question 3.
Moving on to question number 4. Published in the decade following his successful Gymnopédie, what other piano suite, starting with the letter G, did Eric Satie title using a word he himself invented? Those suggested etymologies mention a religious sect and a Cretan city. A Cretan city and a religious sect are some of the proposed etymologies or inspirations of what G word that Eric Satie invented and that titles a piano suite the composer put together a decade after their successful Gymnopédie. What is that G word? That's question number 4.
In question number 5, the songs Issues and If the World Was Ending were Grammy-nominated hits for what artist? Who's also co-written Billboard chart toppers such as Justin Bieber's Sorry and Selena Gomez's Lose You to Love Me. Having written those chart toppers, what artist had the song Issues and If the World Was Ending both be nominated for Song of the Year
Oh, really?
in different
Song of the
years?
Year.
Yep. That is question 5.
And question number 6. This one comes to you from Sarah Ann Rapp. So let me just say,
Thank you, Sarah.
thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
I said thank you because I'm a little deep in the can.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're deep in the lime and salt Dos Equis. Really can put them back now.
Question number 6. In addition to a sweet tomb, Mumtaz Mahal also inspired which not quite sweet perfume that debuted exactly 100 years ago and was popularly worn by flappers. Flappers wore what perfume that was inspired by Mumtaz Mahal and debuted exactly 100 years ago? Here's a little image to get your brain cogs rolling there. That says, I need my glasses is what it says. It says, throw this in a bottle with some vetiver and ambergris and oh my god, in like 300 years, flappers are going to want to bathe in the shit. I'm calling it right now. And then, of course, Shah Jahan, forever enraptured with his lady, says, "You are so prescient and precious and delightful and fascinating and stunning and learned and wise and ginormous mausoleum worthy and hot as fuck and ... just all of it going on." But anyway, we're looking for the name of that perfume that debuted exactly 100 years ago, inspired by Mumtaz Mahal and popularly worn by flappers. That's question number 6. Identify that perfume.
Question number 7, with a name derived from Arabic. What quantity in angular measurement given in degrees has been redacted from the following slide showing a spherical coordinate system?
I could be pretending I know what those words mean.
Exactly. Yep. Uh-huh. So what has been redacted? Wow, directed.
Redacted.
Nice. Redacted, showing a spherical system.
It's funny. I think
It's a
there are
little
like
purple
3
slice.
total redacteds in this game, and 2 of them are in this round.
Damn. Little purple slice.
I packetize well, TJ.
You do. You do. You try. So what has been redacted from this slide? That's question 7.
All right, give it to me. Get ready. Question number 8 is your Randy anagram. Rearrange the following letters to form a 9-letter word, and this time we got you scrotum. That's Y-A-S-C-R-O-T-U-M. You scrotum, and your hint is, this is all standard, right? That's you scrotum, and this is all standard, right? Those are your letters. That's your clue. Rearrange it all. Give us a 9-letter word.
Rearrange your scrotum.
Rearrange your scrotum.
Oh, good lord.
Yep, that's it. Give us a 9-letter word. That's question number 8. TJ, take us into the recap.
Question number 1, forming a combined statistical area with Gulfport and Biloxi. What coastal Mississippi city with a 10-letter name has been redacted from the following map? So what coastal Mississippi city with a 10-letter name has been redacted from this map? Schwadawa. Yeah. Only the best Schwadawa.
TJ with a whole false start on that one.
Back him up 5.
Not sure if false start or doing the Macarena. Moving on to question number 2. In this question, we're asking, what woman won the 2020 Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress for her role in an HBO series? This win was historic because it made this woman the youngest ever to receive the award. In 2020, what woman became the youngest ever to receive the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress, an award she earned due to her role in an HBO series? That's question number 2. Identify that woman.
Question number 3, signed in 1975, the Alvor Agreement granted independence to what southern African country, one of 2 of Portugal's former colonial possessions in the region, along with Mozambique? So what southern African country gained independence via the Alvor Agreement? That's question 3.
Question number 4. Published in the decade following his successful Gymnopédie, what other piano suite starting with the letter G did Eric Satie title, using a word he himself invented? Although suggested etymologies and inspirations often mention a religious sect and a Cretan city. What is the name of that G-word piano suite that was titled and composed by Eric Satie? That's question number 4, and again, it's not Gymnopédie.
Question number 5, the songs Issues and If the World Was Ending were both Grammy nominated for Song of the Year for what artist, who also has co-written Billboard chart toppers such as Justin Bieber's Sorry and Selena Gomez's Lose You to Love Me? So who wrote those songs and also performed her own music on Issues and If the World Was Ending with JP Saxe? That is question 5.
TJ, did you know someone was live on our channel? Gentleman Octopus Trivia. Live on our YouTube channel.
The nerve.
The nerve. I mean, I am so glad YouTube sends me an email every time Gentleman Octopus Trivia goes live, which seems like it happens about once a week. Dude.
About 9 o'clock, too.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's a weird coincidence.
Wow. Things that make you go, Moving on now to question number 6. In addition to a sweet tomb Mumtaz Mahal inspired what not quite sweet perfume that debuted exactly 100 years ago and was popularly worn by flappers. And as you can see, Mumtaz Mahal talking about the vetiver and the ambergris that you can find that partly compose that perfume. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of that perfume? Popular with flappers. It debuted exactly 100 years ago. Not today, but this year.
Yeah.
That's question number 6.
Question number 7, with a name derived from Arabic. What quantity, an angular measurement given in degrees, has been redacted from the following slide showing a spherical coordinate system? So what quantity has been redacted from this showing a spherical angular system? That is question 7. And now concludes the part where I try to know math.
All right, and now that introduces the part where we totally pretend to, or we totally don't have to pretend to be anything other than what we are, which is ones who write Randy anagrams.
Yes.
Question number 8 is a Randy anagram. We want to grab your scrotum. YASCROTUM. That's what we're giving you. Rearrange those 9 letters and give us a 9-letter word. Your hint is, this is all standard, right? We got your scrotum, and we asked, this is all standard, right? Those are your 9 letters. Give us a 9-letter word. That's question number 8, and that is the end of round number 2. So we're going to disappear. We're going to turn back on the Wary Bite, the Barry White remix.
Barry White.
And we'll get back to you soon. Best of luck. Submit your answers.
All right, it is time to go over those answers for round number 2. So without further ado, question number 1. Forming a combined statistical area with Gulfport and Biloxi, what coastal Mississippi city with a 10-letter name has been redacted from the following map? And way down there at the bottom, you find the Pascagoula Run.
That's right. Get your Jimmy Buffett on. Mm-hmm. Time to see the world. It's time to kiss the girl. It's time to find that wide meridian. Yeah, Pascagoula Run. Question number 2. What woman won the 2020 Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress for her role in an HBO series Pascagoula, former home to Channing Tatum, Jimmy Buffett, and ex-NFL player inadvertent first Facebook logo lookalike Shane Matthews? Well done, Dan, with the quick Pascagoula references.
Yeah.
Anyway, the woman...
Yeah, that ready to go as soon as we revealed the answer.
Control V right there.
Nailed it.
All right, that woman anyway was Zendaya, who became the first woman to win the youngest woman to win the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress. Also, bit of trivia for you, Zendaya's last name, Coleman.
Yeah.
That could come up.
Question number 3. Signed in 1975, the Alvor Agreement granted independence to what southern African country? One of 2 of Portugal's former colonial possessions in the region, along with Mozambique. It is Angola.
It is indeed Angola. Down there we got, let's see, Mozambique is on the southeast there. Angola is on the southwest. Just a little up from that, that one that's perfectly square is Equatorial Guinea. The one that's in the little circle that's in the middle of the country is Sao Tome and Principe. And then the one that's in the circle off of the left of the country, further up north, is Cabo Verde. I believe the other one is Guinea. I want to say it's Guinea. It's just south of the Gambia. Or, I'm sorry, just south of Senegal. I think that's Guinea. Question number 4. Published in the decade following his successful Gymnopédie, what other piano suite starting with the letter G did Guinea-Bissau? There we go. It was A Guinea.
Yep.
I've been training with A Hank Aaron.
Yep.
What other piano suite starting with the letter G did Eric Satie title using a word he himself invented, though suggested etymologies include a religious sect and a Cretan city? That is Nociens. We gave one team credit who gave us one extra letter in Nociens, but you had to get most of the letters in Nociens in order to get credit. I think only 2 were given credit. One actually got it completely right, so good job on them.
In question number 5, the song Issues and If the World Was Ending with J.P. Sachs were Grammy-nominated hits for what artist who also has co-written Billboard chart toppers, such as Justin Bieber's Sorry and Selena Gomez's Lose You to Love Me? That is Julia Michaels, and she has been at this for a hot minute now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and twice Grammy-nominated for Song of the Year.
Good for her. Question number 6. This one comes to you from Sarah Ann Rapp, who says, in addition to a sweet tomb, Mumtaz Mahal also inspired, which not quite sweet perfume, that debuted exactly 100 years ago, was popularly worn by flappers, and that also sharing its name with like a pop R&B group of the late 70s and early 80s. That is Shalimar. Shalimar coming in that lovely scalloped bottle. I'm just going to take a look real quick and see how Shalimar played. There we go. We got 2 out of 5 teams got it. Well
Nice.
done. Well done.
Question number 7, with a name derived from Arabic, what quantity, an angular measurement given in degrees, has been redacted from the following slide, showing a spherical coordinate system? And that little slice down there is azimuth.
Yep, that is the azimuth, or the azimuthal. We would have given credit if you gave us the adverb form. 4 out of 5 teams got that.
People are better at math than I am.
Yeah, better at referencing spherical coordinate planes.
That is not a surprise.
Or a sentence that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Moving on to question number 8, in which we said we got your scrotum. That's Y-A-S-C-R-O-T-U-M. Your hint is this is all standard, right? Just like with most of our anagrams, this one was summarily dunked. But customary is the is the word you can make when you rearrange those 9 letters. Isn't it customary to have a trial?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a wise guy, huh?
Wow.
All right, that
Scoring
is the end of round number 2. TJ, take us away.
In 5th place with 9 points, we have 3rd podium. 4th place, 11 points for Kanye West Nile Virus. 3rd place, 12 points for Share Me Spoken. class today. Second place, 13 points for Thou Shalt Not Take Astroworld's name in vain. And first place, 14 points for Abelard Couldn't Get None. And now, all those are about to change because it is time for the music round.
It is indeed time for the music round. Let me pull up round number 3 here. All right, everybody. So the music round, the way the music round works is we're going to post a Vocaroo link in your respective chats. If you're on YouTube, we'll post it in YouTube. If you're on Facebook, we'll post it in Facebook, yada, yada, yada. When you play that clip, you're going to hear 8 different songs. 1 point will be given for each correctly guessed title, and 1 point will be given for each correctly guessed artist. The theme connecting all of those songs is worth 2 points. Let's see, I just hit skip. The link to your music clips will be posted in the comments, yada yada. Feel free to listen, rewind, and listen again. We're going to give you a 10-minute timer.
And there will be no filler music played during that so you can concentrate. And we will only be playing music after the time is up to kind of hurry you along a little bit.
Yep, indeed, we will be doing that. But we will pop back on only at the 2-minute and the 0-minute mark to let you know how much time is remaining. Other than that, we're going to peace out for a little bit, and you're going to work on this. Have you already posted?
I already did.
You've already posted one? Okay, let me post this in YouTube. Here for my YouTube people. And this one in Twitch. Here you go for my Twitch people. Best of luck, everybody. We will see you in approximately 10 minutes. Bye for now. All right, everybody, just a little over 2 minutes remaining in the music round, so make sure you get those answers in as soon as possible. Once we get your answers, we're going to go over what you've submitted, we're going to evaluate those scores, and we're going to, just figure out what's going on, really. And then we'll jump into round number 4. This is probably the best time of night, after you submit, that is, to take a break, powder your nose, get yourself a refill of something, or hit up the pay handles. We've got Venmo, we've got PayPal, and we've got Cash App, and we'll show you those in just a little bit after the timer expires. So talk to you in a bit. Bye for now. And 3, 2, 1, and time is up. I'm going to realign that real quick. Move us on to the... Oh, already should have done that. Move on to the submit your answers page. Bring that back down. And just let you know that, yeah, time is up. Make sure that you've submitted those answers. It looks like we have submissions from 3 of our 5 teams. So if you're one of the 2 remaining, please get those in as soon as possible. As soon as you get those in, we'll evaluate the answers and score the round. Like I said, this is probably the best time of night for you to take a break and get yourself a little something to eat, get yourself something to drink, whatever you need to do. We would like to thank Marnie Helfrich for their donation. Marnie,
excellent.
thank you
so much.
very, very much. And if you are so inclined and have the means, please hit us up. We've got PayPal, we've got Venmo, we've got Cash App. Venmo is at McKinney-Sizemore. PayPal is the email address ksizemore@hotmail.com. And Cash App is either McKinney Lee Sizemore, all one word, or the $ McKinney Lee Sizemore. I haven't quite figured that out yet. But if you use Cash App, I'm sure you know. Best of luck to everybody who has already submitted. It looks like we have all 5 in, so I'm shutting that down. We'll turn on some filler music, and we'll get back to you shortly.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy your break. Countdown away. And bye. And... All right, everybody, we're back and ready to show you the answers from round number 3, starting with song number 1. Song number 1 was I Want to Get Better by Bleachers. TJ.
Yep. So that's Jack Antonoff, producer extraordinaire, and also former guitarist for Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And song number 2 was Time Is Running Out by Muse. Say this every time we use them. Great live show.
Great live show. I believe they say that this song was written from the perspective of a dying soldier, like the last thoughts that a person would have. The video is really cool too. I love the coordinated, sort of like fascist, mechanical dancing around what looks like the Doctor Strangelove table from the War Room. Where you can't fight. You can't fight in the War Room. TJ.
Song number 3 was Been Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction.
Among the many photos you could choose to use of Jane's Addiction, how do you not use the one where one of the members is wearing what looks like a morph suit back before morph suits were really common?
Yeah.
Song number 4, you had Strike It Up by Black Box. Anybody who had Jock Jams Volumes 1 or 2 was digging this. Good guess to the team that said CNC Music Factory, by the way.
Song number 5 was Save Me by Amy Mann.
Love, love, love this song for sure. Amy Mann, we had a couple of guesses, or at least one guess, I should say. Sheryl Crow.
Yep.
Also a really good guess. But yeah, Amy Mann, Save Me. This one comes off the Magnolia soundtrack, which was it's either largely or exclusively Amy Mann. I think it's largely, it could be exclusive though.
Okay.
Song number 6, this was Mama. Mama, I'm coming home. Everybody had their lighters up for this one because it got dunked. Title and artist, no problems whatsoever.
Song number 7 was Fly on the Wall by Miley Cyrus.
I expected that one to fly a little bit more under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like her first album as Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, it's called Breakout. It's the one, I believe, that has The Climb. I think The Climb's on it. It also has, I think,
Party
7 Things
USA.
I'm not sure if it has that one.
I think that's a little later.
I think it's 7 Things I Hate About You, and I think it's Can't Be Tamed as well.
I don't know if Can't Be Tamed is on there.
She had a couple of like more wild songs, Can't Be Tamed and Fly on the Wall, but then the other ones were, maybe more what you'd expect. No, The Climb comes from the Hannah Montana movie.
Yeah.
Of course it does. But I think 7 Things I Hate About You is on there.
And song number 8 was Throw It in the Bag by Fabulous and The Dream. This song hits. I was a big fan.
It's one of those songs like I knew of much more than I actually knew, but definitely a good one. And I think everybody figured out the theme here. We got baseball terms, Bleachers.
So many of them.
Yeah. There are so many baseball terms that when we were just targeting a song, like, okay, we want the word strike to be in here to help people have a good idea what we're going for. Strike It Up by Black Box. Great.
Yeah.
And then putting it together, I realized, box is also a baseball term.
Like a box score, batter's box.
Yeah, same with Time Is Running Out. We've got out, we've got run.
Yep.
There are so many baseball terms we accidentally, or unintentionally rather, double dipped. So, yeah. I mean, I guess even throw could be for throw it in the bag.
Yep.
Wall, fly on the wall.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot that could, even up, frankly.
Yeah,
Do-ups. I'm up, pop up. All right. Let's move on from all of the infinite possibilities of baseball terminology and take a look at the beginning of round number 4. Here we go, getting started with question number 1, and I'll take this one.
Sounds good.
Scuff, scuff. What is the title of the 1938 work of nonfiction by George Orwell, in which the author recalls his time fighting with the POUM militia during the Spanish Civil War? The author's time with the POUM militia, training in Barcelona, and combat during the Spanish Civil War is recounted by George Orwell in what 1938 work of nonfiction? What is the name of that work? That's question number 1.
Question number 2, born Frederick Karl Preutzel. What late comedian and actor legally changed his name in the early 70s to better reflect his ambitions and released his only stand-up album, Looking Good, in 1975, taking the title from his catchphrase on a hit TV show? So, born Frederick Karl Preutzel, what late comedian and actor changed his name in the early 70s to better reflect his ambitions and released his only stand-up album, Looking Good, in 1975, taking the title from his catchphrase on a hit TV show? Who is that comedian? That's question 2.
Question number 3. A theorem named for electrical engineers Claude Shannon and Ralph Hartley calculates the maximum rate at which information can be transferred over a bandwidth in the presence of what type of interference, described as unwanted disturbance from an electronic signal. Defined as the unwanted disturbance from an electronic signal, what type of interference is factored into the Shannon-Hartley theorem that calculates the maximum rate of information exchange over a bandwidth? That's question number 3. Identify that unwanted disturbance, that type of interference. What is that? That's question number 3.
Question number 4. In Hinduism, what god and member of the Trimurti is the only one who does not take a bird or a bird-like creature for a mount? So what god and member of the Trimurti is the only one to not take a bird or a bird-like creature for a mount? That
Big burb hours.
is question 4. Big burb questions.
Big burb hours. Question number 5. The Night That Goldman Spoke at Union Square, Sarah Brown Eyes, and His Name Was Coalhouse Walker are 3 of the songs included in what musical that made its Broadway debut in 1998, 23 years after the publication of its source material, which follows a New Rochelle family in the early 20th century. A family in New Rochelle at the beginning of the 20th century is the subject of a particular book, which was then adapted for Broadway in 1998, 23 years after its publication. What is the title of that book and musical, the latter of which includes the numbers The Night That Goldman Spoke at Union Station, Sarah Brown Eyes, and His Name Was Coalhouse Walker? What musical, what novel is that? That's question number 5.
And question number 6. Cyclists Roberto Harris and Floyd Landis rode for what team that operated from 1996 to 2004 and earned 6 Tour de France titles, all of which were later stripped due to the most sophisticated, professionalized, and successful doping program the sport has ever seen? Cyclists Roberto Harris and Floyd Landis rode for what team and operated from 1996 to 2004 and earned 6 Tour de France titles, all of which were later stripped due to the most sophisticated, professionalized, and successful doping program the sport has ever seen? What is that team? That is question number 6.
Question number 7, seen on the following slide, is actor Jason Isaacs masterfully playing the role of what Soviet general who was awarded an embarrassment of medals for such wartime acts as defending the city of Leningrad and securing victory at the Battle of Kursk? So on this slide, just smattered with medals, is Jason Isaacs playing what Soviet general? This general led forces at the Battle of Kursk and oversaw the defense of the city of Leningrad. What is the name of that Soviet general? That is question number 7. Great movie, too.
Question number 8, the last of the round, though it's considered a working class dish in the United Kingdom. What type of oyster stuffed steak takes its name from a historic term describing a particular type of American profiteer? Though it's considered a working class dish in the United Kingdom, what type of oyster stuffed steak takes its name from a historic term describing a particular type of American profiteer? That is question number 8. It's time for the recap, Mickey.
It is indeed. Starting with question number 1. What is the title of the 1938 work of nonfiction in which author George Orwell recounts his time with the POUM militia during the Spanish Civil War? What is the name of that work of nonfiction? That is a quick question number 1.
In question number 2, born Frederick Karl Preutzel, What late comedian and actor legally changed his name in the early 70s to better reflect his ambitions and released his only stand-up album, Looking Good, in 1975, taking the title from his catchphrase on a hit TV show? Who is that comedian and actor? That's question 2.
Synergy has always been a thing. Question number 3. A theorem named for electrical engineers Claude Shannon and Ralph Hartley calculates the maximum rate at which information can be transferred over a bandwidth in the presence of what type of interference, described as unwanted disturbance or described as an unwanted disturbance from an electronic signal. What type of interference is that? That is question number 3.
Question number 4. In Hinduism, what god and member of the Trimurti is the only one who does not take a bird or a bird-like creature for a mount? So what member of the Trimurti is the only one who does not take a bird or a bird-like creature for a mount? That's question 4.
Question number 5. The night that Goldman spoke at Union Square, Sarah Brown Eyes and His Name Was Coalhouse Walker are 3 of the songs in what musical that made its Broadway debut in 1998, 23 years after the publication of its source material, which follows a New Rochelle family in the early 20th century. That source material follows a New Rochelle family in the early 20th century. Then, of course, the musical does too. That's how that goes. Exactly. What's the name of that novel? What's the name of that musical? They're both the same. That's question number 5.
Question number 6. Cyclists Roberto Harris and Floyd Landis rode for what team that operated from 1996 to 2004 and earned 6 Tour de France titles, all of which were later stripped due to the most sophisticated, professionalized, and successful doping program the sport has ever seen? What team had both Roberto Harris and Floyd Landis? That's question 6.
And question number 7, seen on the following slide, is actor Jason Isaacs masterfully playing the role of what Soviet general who was awarded an embarrassment of medals for such wartime acts as defending the city of Leningrad and securing victory at the Battle of Kursk? What is the name of that Soviet general who is being portrayed in this slide and in that film by Jason Isaacs? That is question number 7.
And question number 8, though it's considered a working class dish in the United Kingdom, what type of oyster stuffed steak takes its name from a historic term describing a particular type of American profiteer? What type of American profiteer names a oyster stuffed steak? That is question number 8 in round number 4. Please get your answers in, and we will see you in just a little bit.
Absolutely. Good luck on this. We'll be back with your answers, and we will begin round number 5 just as soon as we end round number 4. So, best of luck, everybody. Bye for now. Hey, looks like we're waiting for just one more team to submit. You might be under the impression that your captain has submitted, but we do not have all 5 of our answer forms. So please make sure that you have double-checked that you've submitted, and we'll get back to you as soon as we get all the answers from round number 4. Talk to you soon.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry for the delay. We were just waiting on our final team to submit.
Yes. So, Sean, appreciate the concern there. We were just waiting a little bit longer, too, because that team was our first place team.
No longer.
No longer, I'm sure, because they were not able to submit during that round. Anyway, let's take y'all through the song is I Will Not Survive. I Will Survive. Not I Will Survive.
Yep.
All right. Let's take you through the answers to round number 4, starting with question number 1. What was that 1938 work of nonfiction by George Orwell? That was Homage to Catalonia. That was well got. 3 out of 4, I believe.
Question number 2. Born Frederick Carl Preitzel, what late comedian and actor changed his name in the early 70s and had his only stand-up album as Looking Good in 1975? That is Freddie Prinze. Freddie Prinze Sr.
Freddie Prinze proper.
Yep, Freddie Prinze proper.
Question number 3. A theorem named for Shannon and Hartley calculates the maximum rate at which information can be transferred over a bandwidth in the presence of what type of interference? That would be noise, which was already... was also, that's what I meant to say, dunked.
Question number 4. In Hinduism, what god and member of the Trimurti is the only one that does not take a bird or a bird-like creature for a mount? That is Shiva.
Yep, that is Shiva. So Brahma, the creator, takes the mount of Hamsa, the swan. Vishnu, the preserver, takes the mount of Garuda, the eagle. And Shiva takes Nandi, the bull. Question number 5. The night that Goldman spoke at Union Square, Sarah Brown Eyes, and his name was Coalhouse Walker, 3 of the songs. From what musical? That was a literary adaptation and debuted on Broadway in 1998. That was Ragtime, based on the E.L. Doctorow novel.
Question number 6. Cyclist Roberto Harris and Floyd Landis rode for what team that was operating from 1996 to 2004 and earned 6 Tour de France titles, all of which were later stripped? That is the U.S. Postal Service team. Floyd Landis really blew the whistle on them after he got caught.
Mm-hmm. We would have also taken the Discovery Channel team because that's the sponsor they took later
afterwards.
On.
Yep.
And question number 7, seen on the following slide, is actor Jason Isaacs masterfully portraying what Soviet general? That is Georgy Zhukov. General Zhukov. General Zhukov had so many goddamn medals that in Death of Stalin, when they tried to show off how many medals he had to make it look absurd, they had to actually pare it down because it looked just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. And your last question, you're about to see a rare-ass steak. Considered a working-class dish in the United Kingdom, what type of oyster-stuffed steak takes its name from a historic term describing a particular type of American profiteer? And again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rare-ass steak. That's a carpetbag steak.
Yep, carpetbag steak or carpetbagger steak or just carpetbagger we would have taken. So, TJ, let's take a look at the score.
Let's do so.
Let's take a look at the scores.
5th place, 27 points for Third Podium. 4th place, 28 points for Kanye West Nile Virus. 3rd place, 31 points for Abelard Couldn't Get None. 2nd place, 37 points for Thou Shalt Not Take Astroworld's Name in Vain. And in 1st place by a single solitary point, it's Jeremy Spoken Class Today.
BioWhisker. All right, let's move on now to round number 5, our final round of the evening, which starts with question number 1 and a literary.
As you can tell, this is a speed round.
Yeah, we're going to try to move it along. Question number 1's a literary before and after. It's back, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
A criminal finds a puzzle box that unleashes the Cenobites and spawns a horror franchise, while the deaf John Singer deals with separation from his close friend Spiros and the secrets of his acquaintances. In what Clive Barker, Carson McCullers mashup? Now, just to clarify, we're not looking for the name of the horror franchise. We're looking for the name of the written work that spawned said horror franchise. So again, this is a before and after. Mash up the first title with the second. A criminal finds a puzzle box that unleashes the Cenobites, and the deaf John Singer deals with the secrets of his acquaintances in what Clive Barker, Carson McCullers mashup? That's question number 1.
Question number 2. The 3 regions dividing Hong Kong include the New Territories, Hong Kong Island, and what other that sits on a same-name peninsula alongside Victoria Harbour? The New Territories, Hong Kong Island, and what other one make up the regions dividing Hong Kong? It sits on the same-name peninsula along the Victoria Harbour. What is its name? It's question 2.
Question number 3. In 2020, which athletic conference had one full-time and one part-time member make it to the college football playoff, only for its teams to go a staggering 0-6 in all bowl games? What athletic conference had two teams, one a full-time member and one a part-time member, make it to that year's college football playoffs, although none of their teams won in any of their postseason appearances? That's question number 3. What is that athletic conference?
Question number 4. Although much loved today, what animated series about a titular family ran for only one season in 1962 to 1963? Before new episodes were made in the mid-80s programming block titled The Funtastic World of Hanna-Barbera. The Funtastic World of Hanna-Barbera revived what 60s show about a titular family, animated show about a titular family? That's question 4.
Think, Daddy. Give me the best thing you got, stuff with the second best. I think that's lobster stuff with tacos is what that ends up being in The Simpsons. Dumbbell Indemnity. That's a good one. Question number 5. The bee-infested carcass of a lion is the solution to an unanswerable riddle posed by what biblical character? What character from the Bible poses an unanswerable riddle whose solution involves the bee-infested carcass of a lion? That's a nice quick one. Nice short one. That's question number 5.
Question number 6, subtitled A Real Allegory of a 7-Year Phase in My Artistic and Moral Life. The following painting depicts the studio of what artist, along with representation of friends such as Charles Baudelaire? So this depicts the studio of what artist, along with friends, including Charles Baudelaire, who is the painter? That's question number 6.
That is indeed question number 6. Moving right along to question number 7. The Sean Kingston song Back to Life borrows its hook from 1989's Back to Life, However Do You Want Me, the most successful single from what British R&B act that spells their name with Roman numerals? What British R&B act that spells their name with Roman numerals is probably best known for the song Back to Life, However Do You Want Me? That's question number 7. Identify that R&B act.
And your last question of the evening, the role of Big Mama in Disney's The Fox and the Hound was played by what actress and singer who is seen on the following slide, co-starred with Dorothea Dandridge in Carmen Jones, and won a special Tony for leading an all-black cast of Hello, Dolly in 1968. So who is this actress and singer who also played Mama in Disney's Fox and the Hound?
That's question number 8, I
That
think. Let's
is
hit them with the
indeed.
recap. As we're moving along, we're going to go back to question number 1, literary before and after. Mash up 2 titles, just like we had the man with the golden gun. Nope, I had it the other way around. Something the man. Anyway, mashup title. Just trying to think of a mashup title off the top of my head. Go Dog, Go Tell It on the Mountain. That was one that we've had before.
Yep.
So just like that, mash up 2 literary titles. Criminal finds a puzzle box that unleashes the Cenobites and spawns a horror franchise, while the deaf John Singer deals with separation from his close friend and the secrets of his acquaintances in what Clive Barker, Carson McCullers mashup. Again, for clarity, we're not looking for the name of the horror franchise that the particular written work spawned. We are looking for the written work upon which that horror franchise was based. That's question number 1. Mash up those titles.
Question number 2. The 3 regions dividing Hong Kong include the New Territories, Hong Kong Island, and what other that sits on the same name peninsula along Victoria Harbour? So the 3 regions dividing Hong Kong are the New Territories, Hong Kong Island, and which other one that sits on the same name peninsula along Victoria Harbour?
The death of the hired man with the golden gun. That's what it was.
Yep. That's a long one.
That is a long one, yeah. Question number 3. In 2020, which athletic conference had one full-time and one part-time member make it to the college football playoff? Good news.
All right.
Bad news. All of its teams went a staggering 0-6 in their postseason appearances. What athletic conference is that had bad luck in the college football playoff and college football postseason in 2020? That's question number 3.
Question number 4. Although much loved today, what animated series about a titular family ran for only one season in 1962 and 1963 before new episodes were made for a mid-80s programming block that was titled The Funtastic World of Hanna-Barbera? So what animated show with a titular family was rebooted for the fantastic world of Hanna-Barbera? It's question 4.
Question number 5. The bee-infested carcass of a lion is the solution, or part of the solution, to an unanswerable riddle posed by what biblical character? Looking for the name of that character from the Bible who posed an unanswerable riddle whose solution involved the bee-infested carcass of a lion. That's question number 5.
Question number 6, subtitled A Real Allegory of a 7-Year Phase in My Artistic and Moral Life. The following painting depicts the studio of what artist, along with representations of friends such as Charles Baudelaire? So this is the studio of what artist, along with friends such as Charles Baudelaire? That's question 6. Who is that painter?
Give me 1 second. I'm just verifying a thing. Do you want to read this one while I verify
sure.
a thing?
That's fine. Question number 7. The Sean Kingston song, Back to Life, borrows its hook from 1989's Back to Life, However Do You Want Me? The most successful single from what British R&B act that spells their name with Roman numerals? What British R&B act that spells their name with Roman numerals is probably best known for Back to Life, However Do You Want Me?
Looks like it was the 2021 college football playoff.
Yeah.
January 1st.
Of course. Yeah, it was New Year's Day, of course.
Yep. So I'll make sure that we
It was the
clarify
2021
that.
bowl season.
Right, 2020 bowl season, 2021 was the college football playoff. Yep. Question number 8. The role of Big Mama in Disney's The Fox and the Hound was played by what actress and singer, who is seen on the following slide, co-starred with Dorothy Dandridge in Carmen Jones, and won a Tony Award for leading an all-black cast of Hello, Dolly in 1968. So who is this woman, an actress and singer? Identify that person. That is question number 8, and that is our last question of the night. That's it. Thanks very much for sticking it out with us and waiting through that last submission window. We hope you've had a wonderful time. We're going to roll it back to the top, start the timer, and wish you good luck.
And we'll be back with the answers.
You bet. See you soon. Real carpetbag steak argument going on in the
like
chat.
it. I like it.
Just boiling up a stew. All right, everybody. Let's take a look at the answers. Oh, and by the way, we'd like to say thank you to Kent Buxton for that donation.
Much, Kent.
Cheers. Thank you very much, Kent.
Thank you for hanging with us. We're going to get out of here in less than 5 minutes now.
Yep. Question number 1. Literary before and after. A criminal finds a puzzle box that unleashes the Cenobites and spawns a horror franchise, while the deaf John Singer deals with the loss of their close friend Spyros in what Clive Barker, Carson McCullers mashup? That is, The Hellbound Heart is a Lonely Hunter. What a sentence. What a sentence.
It sounds like a poem.
Damn right.
Question number 2. The 3 regions dividing Hong Kong include the New Territories and Hong Kong Island. Was the other that shares its name with the same name peninsula along the Victoria Harbor? That is Kowloon.
Kowloon is one of the walled city inside Kowloon is one of the most densely populated places on Earth. According to 99% Invisible, it's like 123 times more densely populated than New York City.
Woo.
It's insane. Mm-hmm. Question number 3. In 2020, in the 2020 season, in 2021, which athletic conference had one full-time and one part-time member make it to the college football playoff?
Yeah.
Only for its teams to go a staggering 0-6 in bowl games. And there are so many 7-Elevens, says Invader Steven about Kowloon. That is the ACC. TJ,
So
point them out.
Notre Dame was the part-time member, and Clemson obviously was the other member that made it. Clemson lost to Ohio State. Notre Dame predictably lost to Alabama.
Mm-hmm. You've also got Pitt that you said you were pretty sure.
Pitt, I think their bowl game got canceled. North Carolina lost. Boston College lost. NC State lost. And Miami lost. Did Miami make the bowl last year? They might have. I think they might have.
But yeah, ACC, not a whole lot of luck there. TJ.
Question number 4. Although much loved today, what animated series about a titular family ran for only one season from 1962 to 1963 before new episodes were made for a mid-80s programming block titled The Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera? That's the Jetsons.
It is indeed the Jetsons.
It took 20 years for them to make new Jetsons episodes.
Mm-hmm. Can't believe the demand wasn't already there. Mm-hmm. Question number 5. The bee-infested carcass of a lion is the solution, or part of the solution, to an unanswerable riddle posed by what biblical character? That is Samson. Now, I wanted to say this, so I'll have to go through it quick. Samson is probably the worst trivia writer of all time. First of all, his question had a 0% get rate. Second of all, it was totally underclued. And third of all, the riddle, out of the eater, something to eat, out of the strong, something sweet, was based on his own personal observation of seeing a lion with bees and a beehive within its carcass. You had to see the thing that Samson saw in order to know the answer, which means he wrote vanity on top of that. He's, like you said, TJ, the guy who tells you had to be there stories.
Yeah. Question number 6, subtitled A Real Allegory of a 7-Year Phase in My Artistic and Moral Life. The following painting depicts the studio of what artist, along with representations of friends, such as Charles Baudelaire. He also killed the people who got wrong, so maybe not great on that one.
Oh, yeah, that's also true. As a quizmaster, he did kill his entire audience.
Yeah, he's not getting a return gig.
This one I really liked because, I mean, first of all, it's a cool painting. But second of all, there's a white cat in the middle, underneath the easel. And that harkens back to our very first question of the night with the short story titled The White Cat. And that is Gustave Courbet. Mm-hmm. Gustave Courbet.
Your penultimate question. The Sean Kingston song Back to Life borrows its hook from 1989's Back to Life, However Do You Want Me? The most successful single from what British R&B act that spells their name with Roman numerals? That is Soul to Soul.
Yeah, Soul to Soul was the one who gave us the hook for that song. Back to Life. Really good song.
And the last question of the evening.
Last question of the evening. The role of Big Mama in Disney's The Fox and the Hound was played by what actress and singer who is seen on this slide, who also co-starred with Dorothy Dandridge in Carmen Jones, and won a special Tony Award for leading an all-black cast of Hello Dolly, something she did again, like 20 years later.
Wow.
She did it twice. But anyway, that is Pearl Bailey.
Pearl Bailey.
Pearl Bailey.
Yep. Now let's go to the scores. I can tell you in 5th place with 32 points, we have third podium. Fourth place, 35 points, Kanye West Nile Virus. Third place, 43 points for Abelard Couldn't Get None. Second place, 45 points for Thou Shalt Not Take Astroworld's Name in Vain. And in first place with 46 points, we have Jeremy Spoken Class today.
Jeremy Spoken. Well done. Well done, everybody. Some high scores on what I considered to be
A hard game. We considered this to be a very hard game.
We intentionally wrote questions that were harder. Like Azimuth, I thought was hard.
Yep.
4 out of 5.
Yep.
Anyway.
I wasn't sure how Freddie Prinze was going to play.
Yeah.
And that actually got really well gotten.
Really well got. Anyway, we had a great time bringing you these questions, and if you want to support us and support DIY Trivia, hook us up. We got Venmo at McKinney-Sizemore. PayPal is ksizemore@hotmail.com, and we're on that Cash App with $, McKinney Lee Sizemore.
Thank
So
you
check that out.
Yep. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will be back next week at 9 p.m. We're going to leave this open for just a little bit. Play some more disco on the way out.
Hope you've had a wonderful evening. We will see you next week. Bye for now.
See you next week.